What was that?
It was my foot against the thing.
Oh.
It's all wrong.
Are we live?
We're live.
Hi!
Welcome.
This is Jenna.
And this is Heather.
And this is Conspiracies Unlocked. And today I'm going to be talking about the fifth element. So we'll just get right into recording the episode. Hi, this is Jenna.
And this is Heather.
And this is Conspiracies Unlocked. Today, I am unlocking the fifth element.
I didn't even know we had a fifth element.
It's not just a movie. So, I found that I don't like that. I want to be like, hey, what's up? How you doing?
Oh, well, you said we're just going to get straight into it. So
well,
I
I meant just start recording. I meant just start recording, not straight into it. I just meant like the recording part.
Okay.
What do you want to talk about before we start?
Let's talk about our new light that we got. What's coming up?
Thanksgiving. We're going to the Pod Meets World show.
Oh, we talk about that.
Okay. Hi, this is Jenna.
And this is Heather.
And this is Conspiracies Unlocked. And we have a field trip coming up.
I'm so excited.
But I don't know if we want to call it a field trip because it's not really for our listeners. It's just for us.
We can do like a vlog or something.
Yeah, we'll like go live just for fun, just because we'll be there. But we are going to go see the Pod Meets World show. Like a live show. So Pod Meets World is
Podcast.
A podcast. And it's Danielle Fisher, Ryder Strong, and Will Friedle. And they played Topanga, Sean, and Eric on Boy Meets World. And so they're going through, and then they're going through every episode.
Yeah.
And then they have special guests. Like right now I'm on the episode where they have, his name's Blake something, but he played Sean's father, Chet, on Boy Meets World. They have him on, and he's really funny. So it's kind of cool to see like what everybody's doing now and how famous they were then, and I didn't even realize it because I was so young when it came out.
But if you would have
like
saw them somewhere, you would have freaked out, though. I would have.
Mr. Feeney, when I finally saw Blue Lagoon, I was like, oh my god, that's Mr. Feeney. But Mr. Feeney is already, like, William Daniels is so famous. Like, he was, like, the big name actor for that movie. Yeah. I had no idea, because he was on Saint Nowhere or Elmo's Fire or St. Elmo or
St. Elmo's Fire, is it?
No,
or
I don't
something
know.
Like that.
St. Elsewhere, I'm not sure. I forget now. But he already was like super famous, I guess, like way long ago, and now it was like the end of his career. And at the live show, Mr. Feeney will be there.
I'm so excited. I know, I'm really excited.
Oh my gosh. And I kept on meaning to email the podmeetsworldshow.com people. Like, I meaning to email them to tell them to make a shirt that says everything I learned about life I learned from Mr. Feeney.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that years ago online, and I've never seen it since, and I should have bought it then. But I saw it like 10 years ago.
He always has like some heartfelt message for everyone. Yeah.
So we're going to that, and along with that, who else is going to be there is, I think the person who played Harley Kiner might be there. And then the people who played Kimmy Gibbler on Full House and Stephanie Tanner.
Yeah. I'm really exciid to see them also.
Baker and Barker and Jodie Sweetin.
Yeah.
So we'll see all those people live in a few days. So
it'll be interesting too to see how podcasts go and do like live shows around like that.
Yeah.
You know, just how the setup is, how they do it.
I don't even know how they would do it. Like I don't know if they actually record an episode.
It's like a panel, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's just going to be like a panel, like if you go to Comic-Con or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But what's interesting, though, is that they said that they don't want to give, like, they were talking about it on an episode, and they said they don't want to give away any surprises. So I don't really know. I don't know what'll happen.
It'll be really interesting.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
So excited.
I'm really excited. I'm glad that you were able to get the tickets, because I'm sure that, like, it's probably sold out by now.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I bought the tickets like a month or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, yay. I just bought 2 tickets and was like, someone's going with me.
So that's going to be...
Actually, it was going to be Max first. I was going to take my oldest because he watches Boy Meets World with me.
How funny. Oh, yeah, and he's getting older now.
Yeah,
I forget.
so he'll watch it, but he doesn't like it now that it hit season 2, because we're into season 2 now, because they got older and now they're like kissing and they're doing but the first season was all about like the kids, or, you know, they were kids. They were more like kid stories. And I was trying to prep him for them being like adults. Yeah. Because that's how he's going to see them in real life. Because he was excited. Sure. So I wanted to like go through the seasons a little bit quicker. And now he's like, no, like I'm good. And I'm like, never mind. And then he's going camping with the Boy Scouts. So I'm taking you now. Yeah. Congratulations. You're my second runner-up.
I'll take it.
So anyways, today's episode is about Aether, the 5th element.
I didn't even know we had a 5th element.
Well, it is a very real thing in the ancient world and what they believed in. But and it could be a real thing. Scientists have yet to prove it exists, but wait until you hear what our ancestors believed it to be, and maybe that will explain as to why just because scientists can't prove it doesn't exactly mean it's not real.
That's true, yeah.
So the 4 like elements that we know are like the main elements are earth, wind, fire, and air. And when I say earth, wind, fire, and air, all I think about is Captain Planet. Did you ever see Captain Planet? It was a cartoon from the 90s.
No, but for some reason I was thinking of like Captain Underwear or something.
No, that came out in 2000s or something. Wrong Captain. So it was like, it was, but what's interesting in that show, Captain Planet had his own 5th element.
Oh.
That was heart. It wasn't Aether. But, yeah.
Is it ether or Aether?
Ether.
Ether.
Ether or ether?
Ether. Because I think I've heard of ether.
Yeah, they so throughout the years, because Ether was founded so like Egyptian, Romans, like you know,
plentiful? Like, was it plentiful?
What does that mean?
Like there's a lot of it? It was like
well, no, it was like thought of and everything so long ago that as language and translations and everything.
Oh, the concept of it.
It changed spellings. So with it changing spellings, it changed the way you say it. So sometimes it's ether or ether or ether or there's different ways. So when you were like ether, and I was like, yeah, that could be it too, because it's like but I say ether,
it's all the
same,
but
it's the same thing. Okay. Everything is the same, but and I actually get into that as well.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, about the spelling and everything. But, so the Captain Planet, because we always sing on our shows.
Oh, gosh. I don't know this song. I can't sing.
No. You guys will totally remember this song. It's Captain Planet, he's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to 0.
Ooh, okay. Recycle, reuse, and respect the earth. Reduce.
That's not correct. You did not watch Captain Planet, I can tell.
I never did.
The 90s was all about recycling. It was recycle, reuse, reduce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So anyways. So the 5th element, I tried to watch the 5th element movie, and it was so fucking boring. I couldn't get past like the first 20 minutes. I know that everyone's supposed to love it and whatever, but in that movie, the 5th element was like an alien.
Was it Bruce Willis in the film?
Yes. Yes. And
it was sci-fi.
It was in like a distant like the year 2350 or something. It was like in a year far away from now type thing. And Aether came down, but well, she wasn't called that. I don't know what they called her because I didn't get that far ahead in the movie because I fell asleep. But it was she's supposed to be like the 5th element.
Oh.
And
I do remember that.
She had the
she
red
was like
hair.
in a padded room.
I didn't get that far either.
Yeah, they had her in some kind of padded room, and she was
I tried to watch
writhing around.
Yeah,
in like this like weird like tape.
Yeah, that's what she wore. It was
tape.
white. It was a white tape thing all around her, almost like a bondage suit.
Yeah,
like it was really weird. So I tried to watch it for context just to see if I could like
If it had anything
if
to
it
do
had
with this.
anything to do with this. And I don't believe it does. Like maybe the concept that that the fifth element brings all the other elements, like holds them together in like the time-space continuum type thing.
Oh,
but
okay.
other than that, there's like it's not the same.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, earth, wind, fire, and air are the basic elements that make up everything on Earth. And according to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, it was formerly believed to compose the physical universe. So the fifth element is Aether, and it used to be an extremely well-known element, but slowly faded away and is not referred to anymore. Modern physics explained away Aether by being able to provide explanations for natural phenomena that would otherwise be explained by the presence of Aether. And this was done through the theory of relativity and quantum mechanics. So anything that was like, that they couldn't explain, that was just like a natural phenomenon, the Marphalites, or, anything like that.
Yeah.
They would just say, oh, that's the fifth element, that's from Aether. So there was a lot of things that then got, like, explained to where, okay, Aether's not real.
Well, they just put it in that category.
Yeah,
they didn't know, kind of like unexplainable, it's got to be part of that element.
Yes, if it's not earth, wind, air, fire, then it must be due to Aether.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, so it could also be like with the UFOs, like it could be some kind of like plasma or something in the Aether or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we'll get into what exactly they believed Aether was. It's not plasma. It's like air.
Oh.
It's not seeable. Like you can't see it.
Oh, okay.
If it is real.
Okay.
So also it's been spelled a variety of ways throughout history. The most common spelling that I found was Aether. Now it is commonly spelled without the A, so it'd be ether or ether, like you said.
Okay.
In fact, several words had the AE symbol, the symbol, until it reached the English American Dictionary, where we just didn't have that AE symbol. So for a while, the AE was used in lieu of that AE symbol. Then slowly, American English just dropped the A altogether.
Okay.
So like medieval is one example. It used to have an A before the second E, between the I and the E.
Okay, yeah.
And but then the word archaeology kept that AE.
Yeah, it does. Archaeology, yeah.
So it would have taken out the A that's a lot of words were like that, and they just took out the A. If it had, I don't know why they kept it, but anyways, so when Elon Musk named his kids like Eon or whatever it was, Eon, Ion, whatever. Remember how he wanted to do that?
Yeah.
And he couldn't because the you have to have it in the 26 letters.
Yeah, they wouldn't allow him.
They wouldn't allow him, and we thought that he was crazy. We're like, what the fuck? But in Latin, that is a very common symbol. It's not just like the at symbol or something. You know what I mean? It's like a common symbol that was dropped when Latin was dropped and it was English.
But thinking about him and just not even him, but just people in general, like how is it possible that other entities, government or people or whomever, say you're not allowed to name your child something that you want to name them? That's just weird in itself.
Yeah, there's a whole list of things that you are not allowed to name your children. Like there's actually like banned lists.
I mean, I understand certain things might be like, what's the word? Offensive to the child as they grow up.
There was one little girl named Aryan Nation. Aryan was her first name and Nation was her middle name.
Yeah, that would be extremely offensive.
And then her brother was Hitler, Adolf Hitler.
Oh, they just reused the name?
Yeah, they just like used that Adolf Hitler, like the middle name was Hitler and
Yeah. I mean, if it didn't have that association, whatever, it's just a name.
Yeah.
But now it has that association, so I can see that. But his is literally a symbol. It's nothing negative.
Yeah. So
I don't understand that, but just a side thought. In
one country, and I want to say it's China or Korea, they have a list of names that that's all you can use. Is this like you have to pick from these like 500 pre-approved names?
It's so weird to me.
So, like, you know how we have, like, Harmony is, like, a growing name, but, like, you know, or Spring or Easter, whatever the fuck people are naming their kids. Jenga Block, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been approved. You'd have to name your kids Sally or Mark or Susan or John. You know, I'm just coming up with names. These are the names that pop in my head.
I know.
Like,
yeah, it's just very, very generalized names that are,
Yeah. So, according to Greek mythology, Aether was the substance that allowed the movement between the celestial bodies and was the space between the heavens and celestial spheres.
Mm.
This would explain the mysteries of the universe through metaphysics and mysticism. Aether is the substance that holds the spiritual and cosmic realms together and provides the bridge from this plane to the spiritual plane.
Okay.
So, like, scientists can't, like, find that. So whether it's real or not, like, we don't know yet, I guess.
But it does make sense that there would have to be some kind of bridge or some kind of connection between the physical realm and the afterlife or whatever you believe in. Like,
well, some people believe that you just die. That you just dud. Like, that's it. You die and that's it. And I believe that's agnostic. That don't believe in anything. They just, like, you just die. Your spirit, your soul doesn't go up. Your spirit doesn't go anywhere. Nothing happens.
Yeah, that just seems a little too bleak.
Brad said that that's what Zane's mom believes in. And I was like, well, then why? Like, yeah, it just seems like if you don't, like, why live? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, not that living, even if your soul goes somewhere else, I don't know. It seems so sad. You have to believe in something, or like, why?
Well, that's still believing in something. You're believing in just the now and the present. I think that's all that is. It's like you just believe, like, this is it. This is, you got to make the most of it. I can see that side of it. Like, this is what you got, and you got to make the most of it, and it's here in the now. And then anything else, they just can't even comprehend. So they're like, it doesn't exist.
Maybe.
That's how I see that.
Maybe they're happier living in the present.
I mean, it's a good thing to not overthink things too much and stay in the present and kind of just be, like, in the moment.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between being in the moment and just being like, oh, then I just die. Like, there's gotta be more. There's more. There's definitely more.
So, Aether represents the divine and unchanging nature of the universe. Aether is pure, clean, clear, the best. It is considered a divine essence, a substance that is only found in the furthest reaches of the cosmos, unattainable on Earth, because of the impurities of man. Gods use the fifth element as their oxygen to be immortal and have eternal life.
Oh, eternal life and immortality.
Yeah. And that's why gods, like different, like Greek mythology gods can, like Zeus or whoever, that's the air that they breathe.
Okay, that makes sense because it's keeping them immortal.
Yes, and divine and pure. And ancient Greeks thought that there were 3 types of air, like 3 different layers. The lower layer was the icky and polluted and the hell air. That was like the air of hell. Middle layer was the air that us humans use. That's just, like, not as bad as hell, but obviously not of divine essence.
Just the mid. It's just mid air.
Yeah, mid. It's the mids. Then there was the top tier level of air, and that was the air of gods. The air that the gods used, and this was Aether.
Oh. So can it kind of intermingle a little bit? Like, do we get a little bit of it?
Yeah.
Like, because, you know, if you think
at night.
Okay, because you think about...
According to Greek mythology, I'll get into that, too.
Because I was thinking about our atmosphere and how we have different layers of the atmosphere, and they kind of do, obviously, just like there's different seas in the world, and the seas kind of, there's a little spot where they intermingle and mix a little bit. So it would make sense if the God's air mixed with our mid-air a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Aether is also the medium that the planets and stars move through. How light is transmitted from the heavens to here. It is literally the space between us and heaven. It's the space between stars and planets. It's how the stars and planets rotate and move.
So it's almost
so instead of air, wind, it's instead of wind pushing it, or air or fire moving, it's that Aether is what's moving, making the planets move.
So it's beyond, kind of like what they say, it would be beyond the, what's that word people use?
The great beyond?
No, like they say, as below as above, as above as below. Like
It's
the
all
water
the
is
same,
above,
yeah.
the water is below. So that would be like above that. Like it would be
Yeah.
like the water's above.
Yeah.
But it's the air above.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but I don't get what you're saying, but I know
It's
the
like
whole as above is below.
Yeah,
or
so it's like
whatever.
instead of water, it would be the air above, because that's like the holy air,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And well, not holy, but
The divine, yeah.
the divine air. Yeah.
Aristotle and Plato both used the fifth element in their cosmological theories. Aristotle wrote a book in 350 BCE called On the Heavens, which describes and talks about all the elements, including Aether. Plato wrote about Aether in his book Timaeus, that was wrote in 300 BCE. It was also extremely common for Greeks to refer to it within science, art, literature. To them, Aether was just another element, just like air, wind, fire, and earth. So it was just, to them, they had 5 elements. So it popped up in media sources. Einstein's theory of relativity and quantum mechanics replaced many theories that had Aether at the core of them, with precise reasoning and explanations for some of the most unexplained occurrences.
So Einstein kind of debunked it?
Yeah.
Einstein. How dare you? We like this. This is fun.
I know, it's the fun stuff.
Don't take away the fifth element.
Yeah.
We want the divine air.
Yeah, it's just like before we knew what stars were, they believed the gods placed them there.
Mm-hmm.
They believed the gods put the sun in place and did all these things, which when you think about it now, like no matter what religion, some sort of god or deity did put the moon and the stars and the planets and everything where they are. But now they're trying to like have reasoning as to why these are here. So back in the beginning of time, anything that was unexplained was easily explained through the gods, and Aether was supposedly the offspring of Titans.
Oh, okay.
And Aether was a primordial god, which means that he was here from the beginning, like before planets, before the sun, before anything. Primordial is like before even like, well, I'm not sure if Zeus is, but I don't think Zeus is a primordial god. So he came before even that. He was here from the beginning, the start of the universe.
And who was that again?
Aether. Aether was actually a Titan.
Aether.
Yeah,
Okay,
primordial god.
Oh.
Aether was the god of light and the god of sky.
Okay.
Blue Aether represented the heaven, which made me think about the blue fairy in Pinocchio. And she is supposed to be all like pure and good, and
Oh,
maybe I'm reaching.
maybe that's why she was blue.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because she was like of the spiritual realm type thing. Nobody else could see her. She was just kind of there for Pinocchio. I don't know. Maybe there's a conspiracy there. Maybe I'm reaching. Maybe I just like Disney. I don't know.
I think
I always have to bring in Disney. So.
No, but I think that it adds up. Yeah, I can see that.
So Aether's mists were throughout the air on Earth, but he had the solid dome in the sky to himself. Notice how I say dome? That's because back then the Greeks thought that we lived in a dome.
So yeah, okay. So that goes back to above and below. The firmament is what I was thinking of the word, which is basically the firmament, which I might be pronouncing it wrong, would be the dome.
Oh.
That's another word that is used, which is also in the Bible, I believe.
Oh.
And that's why some religions believe in that also.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
So, air on Earth was ruled by the primordial goddess, Chaos.
There was a goddess of chaos?
Yeah.
I think she haunts me.
I know. Like I
she
even have
follows
it, like,
me around.
I know.
And sprinkles dust on me.
Like,
and she's like, "Let's go, Heather."
I literally have it. Let's just take a minute to think about the goddess Chaos being the air of the world, where I feel like all this shit's chaotic.
Yes.
There has to be a connection with our usage of the word chaos and the goddess Chaos.
I didn't know there was a goddess of chaos.
Yeah,
but...
well, she's primordial, so you didn't know about Aether either. So I think that these are
she's primordial.
Yeah.
Damn, she's been around forever.
So back to the god of the sky, Aether. So of the night sky, the above sky. Okay, get this. Aether's mom was Nyx. It's Nyx, Nyx, who was the goddess of the night, who was believed to cover the dome in at night and let no light in. Think of like a bird in a cage at night. Yeah. When they cover the cage at night so the bird will go to sleep. And it was this point in which I realized I use so many fucking analogies. It is literally how I make sense of things in my head. Is that weird? Like,
I do the same thing. I think of analogies all the time.
Like, I'm always, like, making up analogies. They make perfect sense.
Well, also, it's like when you're trying to explain something to someone else, for them to understand your perspective on it, sometimes you have to use an analogy. Otherwise, they'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So, Hemera was Aether's sister and his wife, and she was the goddess of the day.
His sister and his wife?
Yes. And she would spread Aether's mist in the morning.
Let's not do that.
Aether had no human or animal likeness. He was just there, just an element that filled the space in between, like air. But our air, I guess, is Hemera. Okay. Aether's father seems to be undetermined. He could be Erebos or Crohn's, and his mother may have been Chaos, not even Nyx. It's kind of back and forth. Yeah. Aether's had two offsprings that were two goddesses. The Lhasa, goddess of the ocean, and Gaia, goddess of the earth. And we know her as Mother Earth, which is in Captain Planet.
Wait a minute. Who's Mother Earth? The daughter?
Gaia, daughter of Aether's.
Mother Earth is Gaia.
Gaia. And that Gaia is in Captain Planet. Her name is Gaia, and she's Mother Earth.
Oh, wow. I gotta watch Captain... I'm gonna write down Captain Planet.
Captain Planet, he's our hero. Gonna reduce pollution down to zero.
Captain Planet 90s cartoon, right?
Yeah, it's a cartoon. It's great.
I'm gonna just watch it and maybe we'll put a little clip on something.
You have to.
But I'll put a song or something.
Yeah, and Gaia gave the Planeteers in Captain Planet rings for Earth, Wind, Fire, 5 rings for all the elements. And together, when these powers are combined together, they save the world. And they like summon Captain Planet, and Captain Planet comes and saves the world.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing.
I gotta watch it. It seems like it's like kind of sci-fi, kind of like a little bit.
It's 90s kid cartoon.
I don't know.
That's how it is.
Like it.
Yeah, you would. So, while Aether's family had control of the land, ocean, and everything, Aether's would control everything in the night sky, planets, stars, and moons. It was believed Aether's was like the force that physically moved the objects in the sky. Like I said before, in the Middle Ages, they believed the fifth element was the force that held everything together. They also believed that 4 elements alone could not explain everything in the cosmos.
Oh, okay.
During the 18th and 19th centuries, they believed that Aether was a medium that carried light waves in space. Luminigerous Aether is the space between the empty space.
Oh, the light waves.
Yeah.
Okay.
The fifth element was never actually found by scientists, although it was not for lack of trying. In 1887 in Cleveland, Ohio, there was an experiment called the MMX experiment. And that stands for Michelson-Morley experiment. This experiment showed light was self-propagating, that there was no need for something to help move it like they thought the Aether was doing. To prove this, the MMX experiment used an interferometer, a device that extracts information from interference. They use this to measure sound waves. Apparently, sound waves use air or water to travel through, so it displaces the air or water, and they can see that happening with this interferometer. So what would light need to travel? Apparently nothing. If Aether was propelling and moving light, there would be interference in the space between. However, there was no measurable movement from any forces other than the light.
Okay, yeah.
So a quote from thoughtco.com explains it better than I can. They said, and I quote, "The speed of light would be affected by whether light was moving in the direction of the Earth's orbit or perpendicular to it. The negative results were published in the same year and followed up with experiments of increased sensitivity. The MMX experiment led to the development of the theory of special relativity, which does not rely on any ether for the propagation of electromagnetic radiation. So, lots of words.
I'm just nodding.
Yeah.
So, like, it's been studied, and
Yeah.
it's been kind of debunked.
Down here, but
yeah.
we don't know about the cosmos and the space between up there.
Yeah.
So, fun fact, the MMX experiment is considered to be the most famous failed experiment.
Oh.
Because the MMX showed no effect or detection of the motion of ether through space.
Yeah. Yeah.
But because
So,
they showed
well,
that
it's
we are...
not a fail. It just means it didn't
Well, but
show
they
it.
wanted to show it. They wanted to prove
yeah.
it was there, and they didn't. So they technically, in the science community, they failed their test.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a fail. It's just that's just what the data showed.
But then there's question of, could this show that the Earth, that we are in fact on a flat Earth?
Oh, now we're getting into flat Earth. See, that's the firmament.
I don't know.
And above and below, and then that gets into stars are not planets,
Really
are not
stars.
planets, stars
Yeah.
are not stars. Everything is like what you see from underwater, and it's it gets. We were gonna do an interview with the flat earther too.
I know, we never got around to that.
We
will.
need to. This is gonna have to be a follow up.
Well, that's it with the flat Earth. That was it. Just
I know, but it just
everything's always connected. Like everything in our world is connected.
It just sparked me back to like we were gonna do an interview with a flat earther because you do know a flat earther.
I do.
So, which is totally fine. It's cool. Hey, we accept everyone.
I definitely know a flat Earth.
And it will be fun to pick their brain.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, we always notice that every religion overlaps, and like every belief, myth, or legend seems to all overlap in some way and believe in everything with similarity. The fifth element is no different. Ethers was believed by medieval alchemists, Greeks, Buddhists, Hindus, Japanese, the Tibetan, and ancient Babylonians. Just to name a couple. Chinese Wu Xing believed the fifth element was actually metal, and that was like the only variance in all those people believing. So he thought that it was some sort of metal.
Yeah.
Which metal can be in the air, I guess, right? Metal is sometimes in the air, like fragments of it. That's what they do with chemtrails. But I guess they didn't have chemtrails then.
But that's
new.
It is with chemtrails. They put barium and aluminum and other things, but that's us doing it.
Yeah, that's not natural.
There is natural in the air with
like around volcanoes or something, right? That's sulfur, I guess.
What about the ionized particles? Would that be metal? No.
I don't know.
No, I don't think so. But like a meteor and stuff could have different iron and different things in it. I don't know if iron's in space, though.
I think iron is already an element, though.
Yeah.
It's already on the element.
I don't know. I'd have to look into that more, honestly.
So, ether is also believed to be an elastic media like air, weightless, transparent, frictionless, undetectable chemically or physically, and permeating all matter in space. Ethereal, that is used in context today, is used as a way to describe the purest and finest things, something that is almost too good for this world. Also, while the four other elements have symbols, the triangle stands for fire, the triangle with a line through it stands for air, and the upside down triangle stands for water, and the upside down triangle with a line through it stands for earth. The fifth element does not have an official symbol. It is most known by just a plain circle. So that's it. Just a circle, no lines, no nothing, just a little tiny circle. No matter how much science can explain away ether, there will always be a place for it in the modern world. There's still so much we don't know about the universe that can still be explained by ether. Ether will also always be at least be a symbolic element in philosophy, art, and literature.
Yeah.
And my references is Greek Gods and Goddesses.net page, Aether, God of Light, published June 11th, 2018, retrieved November 3rd, 2023. ThoughtCo.com article, Aether, definition in alchemy and science by Anne-Marie Helmenstein, last updated November 2nd, 2019. Britannica, Aether, retrieved November 5th, 2023. World History Encyclopedia article, Aristotle's on the Heavens by Dylan Campbell, published on October 16th, 2016, retrieved November 7th, 2023. The end. So yeah, the fifth element, like, it's kind of fun.
It is very fun. I love Yeah, I love learning new things, and I love mystical, and I never even knew. I had heard about, I say ether, but I just
obviously it's different ways.
Yeah, it's different ways.
Even ethereal, ethereal plane is also ether. Like, there's so many different words because of the way that our language, even just with English, has evolved over time. You know, we don't say the anymore.
Yeah, the. We say the.
My grandma used to say the.
Really? Of the. Well, it depends, because if you're seeing.
It's like titles of books, the cat and the hat.
No, but I was thinking of.
But she was also Scottish.
America the Beautiful.
America the Beautiful.
The Beautiful, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
so
that.
Old school English did do that. Yeah. So. Anyways. What? Fun story.
No, I was trying to think of that song and I couldn't think of the song. And I was going to sing it and I was like, I better not, because I think we already sang on this one.
We did. Captain Planet, he's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to 0.
Well, yeah.
And then it almost has the same tune as Heroes in a Half Shell.
Turtle Power!
It's Ninja Turtles, but it's not Turtle Power. Is it Turtle Power?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Heroes
in
a Half Shell.
Turtle Power. Yeah. But Cody's wearing his Ninja Turtle shirt today.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage
See, all of them,
Ninja Turtles.
all the cartoons back then were like
Heroes
sci-fi.
in a Half Shell.
Turtle Power. Yep, you're right.
Yeah. We managed to sing again.
There you go.
I have to say that this was a really fun episode for me because I honestly did not know about the fifth element, and
I think people only know it from the movie.
But the movie, I've seen the movie, it's nothing like the movie.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, no, I mean just the term
Nothing.
the fifth element is like, people just automatically think of the movie.
But it has nothing to do with the movie. It doesn't even talk about any of what you said.
Yeah, that's why I was like, other than holding it all together. But, I mean, even that's not really what Aether is supposed to be doing. I mean, it does kind of, but not fully. Like, it all just kind of works together. All needs to be worked together.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of the movie. I was going, because the movie was horrible, honestly.
I know.
So,
I don't like it. Well, I only watched 20 minutes of it, but whatever.
I watched the whole thing, but I do remember watching it quite a while ago, and I just remember thinking it was horrible back then. So I'm sure I wouldn't like it now.
For sure. You wouldn't. Okay, well, that's our show. So
don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
And thanks for listening, and email us at conspiraciesunlocked@gmail.com. Thanks. Bye.
Okay, now that we're done recording on there, I saw that some people were commenting questions.
Oh my goodness. I can't see anything.
They're saying what movie? They're saying how do you pronounce it?
Aether or Aether or Ether. It's
asking questions. I can't see everything.
I can't see anything. You're gonna have to like go up there. Let me see if I can go up here.
Maybe from the
I'm gonna look on the computer because I can't see shit. I can't see anything.
Yeah, what movie? Okay, so we can answer these questions now that we can see. And this is kind of good because we can see what it looks like.
Ether? Okay, so Joy, it is Ether or Aether. It depends on which time frame in the English language you want to talk about. What movie? The movie is we're talking about the fifth element, but we're talking about it because it's so different than the real fifth element of Aether. Aether is it's nothing like the movie. So that's what we're talking about. It says that you just got here. Definitely go back and listen. We're done talking about, we're about to end this live. So go back, listen, and find out what the real fifth element is, because it's nothing like the Bruce Willis movie. And I think that's it. Thank you guys for listening.
And what do you guys think about our lights?
Oh yeah, we just got this, and we wanted something here, and so I forgot I'd bought this for us a while ago. I found it in my pantry, and like behind everything, like Fabiola, my cleaning lady, just like shoved it in there or something. But it has a little eyeball. Does it look like an eyeball there?
I think
Yeah, it
looks
does.
like an
It totally
eye.
does. I don't have my glasses on. I can't see shit.
So the center here is a really vibrant blue.
Yeah, you can. Oh, you can't see
You
it.
can't really
It's
tell.
really
though.
weird because you can see the blue like right here, like in between, but you can't. We probably should get this out of here somehow. Put it like through the little things. I don't know.
What through?
This, the wire. Put the wire. Like,
Oh, the wire in.
yeah,
the actual...
we could actually put it into the wall.
Oh yeah, we can hide it underneath.
Yeah, we'll have to do that next time.
Oh,
All right.
that looks better on camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I usually look at the live. So anyways, later on today, we're going to go and sign off and probably go grab some lunch really quickly. I found a new place that I want to go try.
Yeah.
And then
my stomach is actually growling, and I was actually, oh, that worked really good. We already did it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, I know. Thanks, Sonia. I'm glad you like it. So we will be coming back to talk about the Midway Part 2 because we got to go on the Midway aircraft carrier in July. So we did Part 1 last week in June. So we did Part 1 last week, and we're going to do Part 2 this
Today.
week. Yes,
Yeah.
today. Right now. I was just thinking, was it June or was it July?
It was
It was
June.
June, okay.
I think it was June 7th.
Really? And I'm thinking it's July?
Well,
Shut
I think
your
it's June.
fucking mouth.
Yeah,
Okay.
June for sure.
This
But
is crazy.
we also did just upload some images and
Oh yeah, go check those out.
a short video from when we our first happening or paranormal.
Oh my god!
paranormal story.
Yeah, go check that out. Definitely, you guys, go check that out. Go on our page and go look at the video.
There's
I
lots of
lost my
paranormal
shit and I
stuff.
actually stopped recording.
Yeah, there's lots of paranormal stuff on the Midway, and that's just the first one. And we're still in process of editing and everything, and like compiling everything.
Yeah, we're
'cause
trying to
it's
figure
a
it
lot.
all out. We were there for like 8 hours, just like running rampant through the Midway, doing whatever we wanted.
So you're gonna see a lot of Midway stuff popping up, but it's very interesting because it's gonna be stuff that you can't get to.
No,
you
you're
would
not allowed
never
to, yeah.
ever be able to go there ever.
Even where we were on the video that's there, it's the Quack's office, and we put Heather in a little tiny box, and then I freaked out. Did you post both videos?
No, I only
Oh my
did the
God.
very first one in the
Wait.
electrical office. That's all I did.
Oh,
so
you
far.
only did the electrical? You didn't
Yeah.
even do the...
No, I haven't got there
Oh
yet.
my gosh.
I still
You guys
have to do.
you guys just have to keep checking in. I cannot
Yeah.
believe you didn't post that one.
No, I did the office haunting is the one we just posted.
Oh, you
And
gotta wait for the Quack's office, you guys.
boiler
The
room.
boiler room.
And
So
the water
many.
death fire
Oh, the boiler
haunting.
room will be really cool. Yeah, I forgot we got all those videos. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, there's so much.
So Joy said that we need to do a mob series in Vegas because they have the
Ooh.
mob museum. So we can
Oh, we
put-
gotta go to Vegas. Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay, mob Vegas.
Oh, and by the way, Joy, just so you know, I yelled at Brad yesterday morning telling him that it's BS that I couldn't get on a plane and go see you to go see Imagine Dragons. So, I know. So I meant to tell you that. I was like, just so you know.
That sounds really sad.
Yeah, it was. So sorry about that. But maybe me and Heather will go and see you and we will do the mob in Vegas. Mob. Gosh. I can't speak. Oh my, is that your tummy?
My tummy's growling.
Okay, we're gonna go. We'll see you guys
so
later.
hungry.
Bye.
Bye. I gotta get up and go.
No, you don't.